right now, beneath your skin. There's a river system most people have never heard of. Not the highways of blood rushing through arteries. Not the electrical storms of nerves firing signals. This is quieter, slower. A network of pale channels carrying a fluid that looks like milk mixed with water. Moving waste, toxins, and exhausted immune cells away from every corner of your body. It's called your lymphatic system. And when it stops flowing properly, everything begins to flood. You wake up with puffy eyes, your brain feels wrapped in fog, your stomach bloats for no reason, your skin looks dull, almost gray. And here's what almost no one tells you. This silent river doesn't just clean your tissues, it controls your hormones. When it stagnates, estrogen builds up, testosterone drops, cortisol stays elevated, your body isn't broken, its drainage system is just clogged, and there's a thick, ancient oil that knows how to unclog it. Your lymphatic system is the janitor working the night shift while you dream. Unlike blood, which has a heart pumping it through your body 70 times per minute. Lymph fluid has no pump. It moves only when you move. When your muscles contract. When you breathe deeply, when you walk, stretch, or simply shift position. Think of it as a canal system in a city with no electricity. The boats only drift forward when the wind blows or someone rows. If you sit still too long, the water stagnates, debris piles up. The same thing happens inside you. Every cell in your body is constantly producing waste. Dead proteins, metabolic byproducts, broken down hormones, bacteria fragments from your gut. Normally, these get swept into the lymph vessels, carried to lymph nodes where immune cells inspect and dismantle them, then flushed out through your liver, kidneys, and colon. But when the system slows down, waste accumulates under your skin, around your organs, in the spaces between your cells. You start seeing the signs. Swelling in your ankles, a heaviness in your limbs, skin that feels tight and puffy, acne that won't heal because toxins are trying to escape through your pores, brain fog that lingers all day because your lymphatic system, the brain's version of lymphatics, didn't clear out metabolic debris while you slept. And then there's the hormone problem. Most people don't realize this connection. Your liver processes old hormones, estrogen, testosterone, and cortisol once they've done their job. They get broken down in the liver and sent to your intestines to be eliminated. But here's where it gets messy. The lymph vessels surrounding your intestines, called lacteals, play a crucial role in fat absorption and waste removal. If those vessels are congested, your body can't efficiently clear out used up estrogen. Instead, it gets reabsorbed back into your bloodstream. You end up with estrogen dominance. Heavy periods, mood swings, breast tenderness, fibroids in men. This means low testosterone, stubborn belly fat, and low energy. Cortisol follows a similar path. When your lymph system is stagnant, your body stays in a low-grade state of inflammation. Your adrenal glands interpret this as stress and keep cortisol elevated. You feel wired but tired. You can't sleep deeply. You crave sugar. Your body is stuck in alarm mode because the cleanup crew never finished their shift. The trash is still piling up, and your hormones are drowning in it. Castor oil is thick, almost sticky. It's been used for thousands of years, but only recently have we started understanding why it works. The secret is a fatty acid that makes up nearly 90% of castor oil's composition, ricinoleic acid. This molecule doesn't exist in significant amounts anywhere else in nature. It's unique to the castor plant, and when it touches your skin, it starts a biochemical conversation with your cells. Here's how it works. Ricinoleic acid binds to a receptor on the surface of cells in your intestines, and lymph vessels called the EP3 receptor. This receptor is part of the prostaglandin system, which regulates inflammation, muscle contraction, and fluid movement. When ricinoleic acid activates EP3, it triggers a cascade. Your intestinal muscles begin contracting more rhythmically. Peristalsis. The wave-like motion that moves food and waste through your gut becomes more efficient. Waste that's been sitting in your colon starts moving toward the exit. This isn't a violent purge like a laxative. It's a gentle nudge, like turning on a low pump in a stagnant pond. But the real magic happens in the lymph vessels around your intestines. Remember those lacteals we talked about? They're surrounded by smooth muscle. When your intestines contract, those muscles squeeze the lymph fluid forward. It's like wringing out a wet towel. The fluid starts moving again. Toxins, old hormones, and cellular debris that have been sitting in the tissue spaces around your gut finally get flushed into the main lymph channels, carried to your lymph nodes, filtered, and sent out through your liver and kidneys. At the same time, ricinoleic acid has an anti-inflammatory effect. It inhibits an enzyme called COX-2, the same target that ibuprofen goes after, but in a much gentler way. Inflammation causes lymph vessels to contract and narrow, which slows drainage. By reducing inflammation, castor oil helps those vessels relax and open up. The river starts flowing again. Now, why apply it to your skin instead of swallowing it? When you ingest castor oil, most of it gets broken down in your digestive tract. You might get a strong bowel movement, but you lose the targeted lymphatic effect when you apply it topically, especially over areas with dense lymph node clusters. The oil penetrates through the outer layer of your skin, called the stratum corneum, and reaches the dermis, where superficial lymph vessels run. From there, it diffuses into the tissue fluid and interacts directly with nearby lymph channels. You're delivering the active compound exactly where it's needed, without it being diluted or destroyed by stomach acid. The best places to apply castor oil are the lower abdomen, just above your pubic bone, where lymph nodes drain the pelvic organs. The right side of your rib cage, over your liver, to support detoxification. Your neck, where the thoracic duct, the largest lymph vessel in your body, empties into your bloodstream, and your armpits or groin, where large clusters of lymph nodes filter fluid from your limbs. You're not rubbing oil on your skin hoping for magic. You're placing a biochemical key directly over the locks that control your body's drainage system. And when those locks open, everything downstream starts to shift. If you start using castor oil tonight, here's what your body will likely experience over the next 6 weeks. Not everyone moves through this timeline at the same speed. If you've been sedentary for years, if your diet is high in sugar and processed oils, if you're chronically stressed, your lymph system is probably more congested, and it may take longer to notice changes, but most people begin to feel something within the first few days. Days 1 through 3, the first thing you might notice is more frequent bowel movements. Not diarrhea, but a gentle increase in elimination. Your head feels clearer in the morning. This is your lymphatic system, the brain's waste clearance network, starting to work more efficiently at night. You wake up less groggy. Your thoughts feel less sticky. Week 1 through 2, bloating decreases. Your stomach feels flatter, especially in the morning. Digestion becomes smoother. You might notice you're less puffy around your eyes and ankles. This is interstitial fluid, the liquid that fills the spaces between your cells, finally draining properly. Your body isn't holding onto water because the exit routes are open again. Week 3 through 4, your skin begins to shift. Acne that's been lingering starts to heal. Your complexion looks brighter, less sallow. This happens because toxins that were trying to escape through your skin now have another way out. Your lymph and liver are handling the load, so your skin doesn't have to. Week 5 through 6, this is when the hormonal changes become noticeable. If you menstruate, your next period might be lighter and less painful. Premenstrual symptoms like breast tenderness, mood swings, and sugar cravings diminish. This is estrogen dominance receding. Your liver is successfully breaking down old estrogen, and your lymph system is clearing it out before it can recirculate. For men, energy improves. Stubborn fat around the midsection starts to soften. Testosterone levels stabilize because chronic inflammation is no longer suppressing production. Cortisol, the stress hormone, also begins to normalize when your body isn't constantly inflamed. Your adrenal glands stop treating every day like an emergency. You sleep more deeply. You wake up feeling rested instead of wired. Your blood sugar becomes more stable because insulin sensitivity improves when inflammation drops. But here's the truth, not everyone feels these changes in a linear way. Some people experience a brief worsening of symptoms in the first week. More fatigue, mild headaches, breakouts. This is sometimes called a detox reaction, but it's really just your body moving old waste out of storage and into circulation before it can be eliminated. It's like cleaning out a closet. The room looks messier before it looks cleaner. If this happens, it usually passes within a few days. Your body is working, it's just working through a backlog. Castor oil is not a miracle. It won't reverse decades of metabolic damage overnight. It won't cure autoimmune disease or erase trauma or fix a broken gut in 3 days. What it does is simpler and more profound. It reminds your body of a function it already knows how to perform. Your lymphatic system was designed to self-clean. It just needs the right conditions. Movement, hydration, reduced inflammation, and sometimes a little biochemical nudge from the outside. Here's how to use it. Take 1 to 2 teaspoons of pure, cold-pressed castor oil. Warm it slightly between your palms. Apply it to your lower abdomen, massaging in slow, clockwise circles. This follows the direction of your colon and helps move lymph toward the drainage points near your groin. Then place some over your liver, on the right side of your rib cage, just below your breast. Massage gently. Finally, apply a thin layer to your neck, especially along the sides where the jugular veins run. This is where your thoracic duct empties lymph fluid back into your bloodstream. Do this before bed. Let the oil absorb overnight. Your body does most of its repair work while you sleep. Combine this with gentle movement. Walking for 20 minutes a day is enough. Stretching, deep breathing, anything that creates muscle contraction and encourages lymph flow. Drink water, not gallons. Just enough that your urine is pale yellow. Reduce sugar and processed oils, which promote inflammation and slow lymph drainage. Increase fiber, which helps your colon eliminate the waste your lymph system is dumping into it. Try this for 2 weeks, not because you need to see dramatic weight loss or because someone promised you flawless skin. Try it because you want to know what it feels like when your body's drainage system works the way it was designed to. When you wake up and your head is clear, when your stomach feels light, when your mood is stable and your energy lasts past noon. These aren't symptoms of perfection. They're symptoms of a body that's been given space to clean itself. Your body doesn't need a hero. It doesn't need someone to swoop in and fix it. It just needs you to stop standing in its way, to give it the tools it already understands, and to listen when it whispers instead of waiting for it to scream.